within 30 minutes, I was seeing Jerry Garcia. Like bears were dancing around in Maggie Valley.
That's how we do it in the South.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rabbit's Used Cars. The boys say, hey Rob, you always talk, but you never sand or anything like that. So we had to shoot another video, so you get to watch me actually doing manual labor. But we were talking earlier, and I know I'm not sanding, Cody. We were talking earlier.
That was what my next question was.
Asshole. Anyway, we were talking about crazy car show stuff. So you got to think about it. Probably between the three of us, thousands of car shows. Right?
Yes.
This week.
Exactly.
So, a lot. But we're talking about some of the crazy stuff we saw. We got to talk. And every guy, you got to think about it. This is shop talk all the way. And I just thought it'd be kind of fun to share some of it. When we got talking about kind of a funny subject, we told him 1099 to turn his camera on. So we're talking about the crazy stuff you see at car shows. Now keep in mind, Hot Rods Happy Hour. There are car shows all over the place. All of us have been right in the middle of that shit. You know, probably, what's the wildest genre of car show you've done?
Mini trucking. Mini trucking for sure.
I'm with you on the mini truck, guys. How about you, Cody?
The Euro stuff.
You would go for the Volkswagen.
No, I'm dead serious. Like not just the Volkswagen stuff, but just the Euro in general. That's, you know, your Audis, your Triumphs, your everything.
Weirdos.
Well, exactly, and that's a wide range of people.
I can feel us losing subs as we speak. Robert's just offending the one group at a time, weirdos. No, the reason I say mini trucks, so we done dub shows,
We have.
and they were wild. They were fun. Actually did a show with Juvenile, who was old.
Yeah, he's
He's
no
like-
longer a juvenile.
Yeah, Juvenile was like a senior citizen, more like it. But you know, back to the mini truck shows, probably the drunkest I've ever been in my life was at a mini truck show with that guy.
The one I carried you.
Like, so we were.
I think I carried you. You might have carried me.
No. So Southeast Mini Nats, Maggie Valley, North Carolina, which is not one of my favorite places in the world. Me and Kobe were actually talking about it the other day that I envision hell being a lot like Maggie Valley. For some reason, I just hate Maggie Valley.
I mean, there is nothing to do there. And it's hot.
It's getting better from what I've
It
heard.
is. It's
I've been
getting
there
a lot
several
better
years.
over
Hell
there.
or Maggie Valley?
No, Maggie Valley. Maggie Valley.
Okay. About time.
Although I hear hell's getting a water park.
That's
So-
Maggie Valley.
So, but anyway, so you have different car clubs are still huge with mini trucking guys. Like, basically, you got to be in a club to be anything in mini trucking.
You
I mean,
do.
that's their thing. So you've got, what, 500, 600 different trucks there?
Yeah, about that.
And you have all these different clubs. Ground level, freaks of nature, what's it, relaxed atmosphere.
Ground pound.
Ground pound.
Pebble pushers.
Pebble push.
Shout out Charlotte.
What's it, something phobia?
Acrophobia.
Acrophobia.
Fear of heights.
Yeah, out of Charlotte. Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, clubs for days. All kinds of funny names for these car clubs. Also Sunset, that's another one. But anyway, you got these guys, and they all like stay at their own hotels. They got their banners, and they got their colors and their hats on, all this crap. They got their banners on their trucks. But the thing that's funny is these guys like to party. If you go to a car show, mini trucking car show, you know, it's like a typical car show with mini trucks. But at night, that's when the action starts. So keep in mind, we've been in a hot, blistering ass sun in Maggie Valley. So to build the demographic, it's just a huge ass field in between two big mountains.
Pretty much.
So you get no breeze,
No.
and it's just
no shade.
hot,
And
no shade.
shocking rainstorms.
Yeah, and just all of a sudden the bottom will fall out. So anyway, it was hot, just crazy ass hot. And we go back to the hotel for just a minute, and they're already breaking the booze out at this point. And everybody cruises up and down the main drag right there in Maggie Valley at night. So we chill out for a little bit, we grab a small bite. Next thing you know, Robert's like, we need to hit the liquor store, get a little something, drink. So he gets, I forget, something light.
And this is why I quit drinking.
Yes. And this is why I really, you know, I was explaining to somebody the other day, but I drink enough in my life. That's the reason I don't really care for it that much anymore. Like, you know, I'll have a beer with you, but once past that, I'm good. And this is one of those nights. So anyway, we're in Maggie Valley. and we're sipping on something. I don't even remember. It was a brown one. But anyway, and oh my God, Tacoma, Georgia.
Oh, God.
Just popped in my head again.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
God.
gotta go back to that
We'll
one.
go back to that. So anyway, we're in Maggie Valley. Well, there was one of these guys from the Freaks in Nature's Car Club. And this dude was like this tall.
Yeah.
And he had one of them bills on his hat flipped up, said freak on it.
Yeah, had the braided goatee with the colors in it.
Yeah, so you know he's
Can't
just a
remember
great
his
guy.
name, but great guy.
Yeah, and hell, I didn't know he had one. And so anyway, he had this mason jar full of gummy bears. And they looked so good. They were like juicy looking.
Oh, they were good.
And he goes, here man, stick your hand out. And he just like shakes them out and they're wet. So I got a handful of wet gummy bears in my hand. Well, what do? I just put them down. They were soaked in moonshine.
As every gummy bear should be.
Oh my God. Within 30 minutes, I was seeing Jerry Garcia. Like bears were dancing around in Maggie Valley. And we go back to the hotel, and I told Robert that I don't think I can walk. Like I get to a certain point, I just can't walk anymore. And Robert actually picks me up and carries me to my bed. I remember that. I don't even remember anything after. I don't even remember the next day. I'm pretty sure. What?
We put on a show, but
Yeah, like I remember, like we got paid for it, so I mean we did it.
Yeah, we made it through it.
But I don't remember any of it. Like it's a blur. I don't even remember getting home. It's just like I remember like Monday and having a headache. That's what I remember. That was Saturday night. Oh my God, Tacoma, Georgia.
Oh my gosh.
So we're doing a show, and Tacoma, Georgia doesn't have a lot going on. If you ever get the opportunity to go to Tacoma, Georgia, don't.
Pass.
Total pass. So we're in Tacoma, Georgia, and there's no restaurants, there's no bars. There's
Oh,
no
there was
nothing.
one restaurant. Remember we went to Quincy's?
Yeah, we went to a Quincy's Family
The
Steakhouse.
only one left in existence.
Two.
Yeah, there was the
Florence,
brothers.
South Carolina, and Tacoma, Georgia.
The brothers had them, and the one in Tacoma ain't there no more.
Yes, so it's finally closed. But anyway, so now Tacoma has no restaurants. So, but they have 3 liquor stores.
They do.
We're staying at this ratty hotel with the doors on the outside. Motel, not a hotel.
Yeah.
One level. And we start drinking in the bed of my pickup truck. And this is back when the professor was still with us.
Yep.
And he, let's see. Yeah, he was drunk.
Yeah, he was already drunk by the time we got down there.
Well,
He
yeah.
rode with us. Well, then we go eat. Then we go by the liquor store, get liquor. Then we meet some really nice people.
Traveling nurses.
Traveling nurses. I was just not going to say that. But
Yeah. So you felt like we were safe,
yeah, exactly.
responsible. If
Super-
something was to happen.
Yes, they were super nice. Well, they got to drinking with us. Well, Professor was a professional at this act. He's like, oh, we got to go to the liquor store again. So we go to the liquor store again. And the liquor stores down there don't close until what, midnight?
11, I think. But yeah,
Whatever it was,
late.
it was late. And we got to drinking again. Well, Professor got
This
to
is a
drinking.
parking lot party. Keep
Yes.
in mind, we're out in the parking lot of this motel, getting the schnipper.
Yes, and Professor gets really, really hammered because it was his birthday. Matter of fact, it was his birthday weekend.
It's my birthday.
He got so tore up that when he passed out, we woke him up next morning to go to the show. He woke up, took one more shot out of the bottle, got in the back of the truck, and this was in July. He passed back out, I don't know, did we forget to roll the windows down? Or so we didn't roll the windows down.
But yeah, we left him in the truck with the windows up, and somebody walked by and they said, we're pretty sure there's a dead guy in the back of your truck.
And that was like 2:30 in the afternoon. And this was like 8 o'clock in the morning when we left him there.
Keep in mind, in the hot sun. But believe it or not, hell, he woke up and just walked over there like, good morning.
Yeah, and then walked to the gas station and
Got a beer.
got a beer.
But
Yeah,
But the funniest part of that story was the traveling nurses.
Yes.
They were really good sports.
They were.
And we were talking about how it was his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And Richard was passed out, so we might have took some compromising photos with him and the nurses.
we did.
Um,
We did. They
for
got
his-
in the bed with him,
and-
not naked, but they got in the bed with him and
It was
cuddled
close.
with him and everything else.
It was funny though. It made for some funny pictures and a lot of good laughs. Oh my God! Speaking back to mini nads.
Yeah.
How about the night all the trucks burned to the ground?
Yeah.
wasn't there for that one.
They're
No,
so
it was us.
Yeah,
yeah,
I wasn't
okay.
there for that one.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of mini nats,
Yeah.
we had 3 trucks burned to the ground
In
one
a
night.
row within an hour.
Yeah, I mean, one was cruising, dragging, it caught the
Yep.
tank on fire.
Yep.
One burned down in the line pulling out.
I'm like the rest of the world. I watched that one from YouTube on the
And
sideline.
then the
Yeah,
other
we were
one,
live. We were standing.
then the
50
other
feet
one
from it.
burnt down on the car trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
There's
went
one
to
on the
crank
car
up.
trailer, and I think the other 2 were on the road.
No, the one was pulling out and caught fire. One was on the car trailer that morning. The other one was pulling out of the show, caught fire. Then the other one was going down. They were cruising, and he dropped it. And next thing you know, the tank exploded, and it was just all. It
Well,
was.
it-
You're not supposed to drag your gas tank. You
Well,
know?
this thing was engulfed in flames.
It was.
And the thing is, the whole big thing is sliding with mini trucks. So basically, they put like tungsten bars into their trucks,
Yep.
and when they drop the air suspension on them, the back wheels will come up off the ground, and they're sliding on these blocks. It throws pretty sparks. Well, the only problem about these pretty sparks is when you lay the body down like that, it puts the gas tank really close to the ground, also.
Or if you have a gas leak.
Or if you have a gas leak. And this S10 truck, like literally, the bed caught on fire. The guy literally pulled it right into the middle of the median. And he just got out and walked away. And this thing's engulfed in flames in a minute.
And then what was so funny about that one is the next year when we did the show Mini Nats, I actually auctioned off that burnt gas tank and brought like $600 for a charity. For a burnt gas tank.
I will say this, though. Nobody parties like
They do.
mini truckers.
They do party.
Although, I do remember a Camaro show, and I remember you being there.
Yes,
We
sir.
did, so we did
What's that one called? Like the Gathering?
something like, so we
maybe?
did a Camaro show for the 5th, for like the late
Fifth,
model
sixth gen, yep.
Camaros. And it was in like Winston-Salem.
Yep.
And these guys, now that was a funny one. So it's weird, those guys, they all hang out by groups of color of their car. And there's
blue
one
ones.
color. And I still remember, aqua blue metallic.
Yeah, it was a Canadian group too, if
Or,
I'm not
or the
mistaken.
cars all came out of Canada, that color or whatever. These dudes like to party. So you had about 20 of those teal green Camaros sitting there. And they made jello shots. And this big giant cooler full of jello shots. We're riding around on a golf cart, me and Robert in the parking lot, just circling the hotel, just having a good time, just enjoying the car show, nice cool evening. And they start feeding Robert jello shots. And jello is one of Robert's favorite foods.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
it's tasty.
It's true.
So they made these shots. And I told Robert, I said, Robert, you big old boy, and I know you can hold your own, but then things will sneak up on you. He goes,
About 50 later.
Oh, yeah. He's like, and keep in mind, he probably had 30
Yeah.
in about 10, 15 minutes.
Every
And-
time we'd make a round, they'd just hand me another handful, and I didn't want to be rude.
So, like, the inside of this golf cart was full of empty little cups. And I mean, like, they're spilling out of it at this point. And Robert's like, oh, they're weak as puppy piss. And he just keeps getting more and more slurred as he says that. And next thing you know, this hotel didn't have an elevator also. It had steps that went upstairs. And of course, we're staying on like the 3rd floor. And I told Robert was like leaning against me. And it took all I could do to hold him straight and him walking. And we made it to the steps. I said, listen, Robert, if you stop, I'm going to leave you here. You know that. And actually, I ended up, somebody helped me get you upstairs.
Yeah, we had to be on stage that night and talk and everything, and I know I did it.
We did it.
I don't remember it.
Thank God we didn't have to talk much. And I was all right. I was responsible that night.
And these bastards in these Camaros just kept laughing and handing me more, laughing and handing me more.
He was schnickled though. Robert was in bad shape, bad shape. But we've had a lot of headaches with car shows. But I'm going to tell you something. I've had some of the best experiences of my life, some of these shows.
Oh, yeah.
We have
Me
a
too.
blast in these things.
I don't even like drinking. That was a fun night.
Hell, that just turned me off from it. Every time I see Jello, I think about that now. Anyway.
I just love all the nightlife down at the Turkey Rod Room.
Oh.
We have a blast down at Turkey Rod Room.
That's a story for another time.
It
There's
is.
some very incriminating things.
It is.
Very
A lot of
incriminating.
fun.
We'll leave it like this. Daytona's a fun place.
Yes.
Especially after dark. You know what? We need to get our hands sanded about as fast as our lips are moving. We need to have this
Yeah.
thing knocked out for dinner time. Guys, we'll catch you next time on Rabbit Shoes Cars.